G'day. I wanted to have a day off today because it's Sunday, but I haven't had a day off for months and months and months. But I justify it by the fact that Australia, the country that I love and the people that I love, which is all Australians, is going down the toilet. I've been saying it to you for years now, 7 years all told. And pretty much everything I've said, many of you will agree, I'm sure, pretty much everything I've said has come true, unfortunately. And what I'm predicting from here forward is far, far, far worse than anything that's happened before. I'm agitated and angry, so please forgive me if I seem that I am. A couple of myths that I want to clear up before we go any further. And I urge all of you Australians to take note of this. I know what I'm talking about. I've researched it. I've spoken to the world experts. What I'm saying to you is 100% true. First thing, which many Australians already know anyway, but all Australians need to know it, there is no such thing as climate change, a climate emergency. There never was. There has not been now, or has there ever been, any scientific evidence that supports the fact that the global is warming to a dangerous level, and certainly not that man has caused it. There is no such thing as a climate emergency. That's one thing. The second thing is COVID. I've spoken to all the experts around the world. I've followed it right from the word go. I'm personally not vaxxed because I was suspicious of it from the word go. The vaccines were never safe and effective. COVID was no more dangerous than the annual flu, except to older people and people that are medically immunocompromised. So that's the second thing. There's no such thing as global warming. And there's no such thing as COVID, that COVID was a scam. It was planned well in advance, and it's the biggest transfer of wealth in the history of humanity. People became multi-millionaires overnight from COVID. Thank you very much. I wish I was one of them. Well, no, I don't really. But there's another more important thing, and that is Australia is being taken over by minority groups. The most dangerous minority group at this point in time is the Labor government. Now, Anthony Albanese is a communist. If you haven't read Trevor Loudon's book, read it. I have, cover to cover. And what Trevor Loudon says is absolutely true. It's provable. It's fact. Anthony Albanese is and has been a fully paid card-carrying communist for 40 years. And his sidekick Adam Bandt, if you want to know about Adam Bandt, who, the way the polls are showing us, could well be the Deputy Prime Minister of Australia on the 4th of May, you need to know about Adam Bandt. I suggest you go to advanceaustralia.org. They give you a great rendition and a great rundown of who Adam Bandt really is. Moving on from that, hope you'll excuse me reading these things because my mind's just so full of stuff. The first thing I believe we need to concentrate on is our children's education. Our children's education, we used to be one of the top educated countries in the world, and we've just continually dropped down and down and down and down and down. I believe that's because of the communist influence, but you make your own decision. But we, the people, need to take over what is taught to our kids. We need to teach them how to think, not what to think, which is what they're being taught at the moment. I'm deeply concerned. I don't know that I've ever been more worried about the communist takeover of our country. There are people, I won't elaborate on that, it'll all come to the fore in the near future. There are people in our country, starting with our Prime Minister, that are determined to change us into a communist country. And we have to defend ourselves against that at any cost, in my opinion. The second thing that I believe we need to be concerned about is the takeover of the Aboriginal industry. Not Aboriginals themselves, the Aboriginal industry. I think they've gone too far. There's many things that need to be talked about before we go any further, and I urge my fellow Australians to get it all out on the table. They talk about truth telling. Let's have real truth telling. And I want to see that happen ASAP. The next thing is immigration. We've got 2 million people that have been flooding into this country. I don't know about your suburb, but my suburb is just nothing like it used to be. Everywhere there's traffic jams. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. We need to be able to tell the government who we want in this country, where they come from, how many of them come here, and when. That is our responsibility, not the responsibility of the government. And we need to take that control. And I can't wait for that to happen. The next thing is Islam. As many people, I know, it's all over Facebook. Islam is really having an activity all around the world. I've followed Islam for many years now, or when I say many years, 8 or 9 years. It's pretty scary in my view. I have no problem admitting that. But we need to be made aware of exactly what Islam is intending to do with this country. Excuse me. We have that perfect right. We're getting close to the end now. The government is seeking to take away our cash. I urge you, under no circumstances should we allow the government to take away our cash. If they take away our cash, they have got total control of every single Australian, because your identity will be a digital ID. They will know where you spend your money, what you spend your money on, how much you pay for your petrol, where you buy your petrol, where you buy your goods from. They'll know everything about you. And if you say something the government doesn't like, which has happened before, if you say something the government doesn't like, there's keyboards all around Australia. I just have to press a couple of buttons on a keyboard and you've got no money. And as I said, it's happened before. The Canadian truckers, for one example, and that's the elimination of cash and the establishment of an ID system. I urge you, please consider. Don't allow them to take away our cash, and don't comply with a digital ID system. That's all I had to say for the moment. I hope you enjoy your Sunday. I hope I haven't destroyed it. We'll talk again soon. God bless this country. I love my fellow Australians and my country. All the best for the moment.